Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to understand what these giant companies are really up to. And today we have Aura Biosciences Incorporated looking at their latest report. And let me tell you, it has got a bit of everything from financial updates to hints about the future of medicine. Before we jump in, if you like decoding the world of business in simple terms, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and hey, we've got a fantastic community over on our Discord server, linked in the description below, where we chat about these filings and more. So what we have here is a current report filed by Aura Biosciences Incorporated. Think of it as a snapshot of important events that happened recently. The main thing they're telling us today is about their financial results for the quarter ending the 30th of September 2025. And also an update to their corporate presentation that they'll be using to talk to investors and other interested folks. Alright, let's get to the juicy stuff. Aura Biosciences Incorporated put out a press release on the 13th of November 2025, detailing their financial health for the period ending the 30th of September 2025. Now this part of their filing, including that press release they've attached, is interesting because it is not going to be treated as official filed information in the same way other parts of this report are. This means they are sharing it, but with a bit of a disclaimer about how it affects their legal responsibilities under certain securities laws. It is like saying, here is what we see financially, but we're not making official promises about it just yet. Moving on, the company also updated its corporate presentation on the 13th of November 2025. This is what they shared to investors and analysts to paint a picture of where they are and where they're going. They filed this presentation too, and this time they're saying it is considered part of the official filing. So this presentation probably contains some key messages and outlooks that the company wants to make sure are formally on the record. Now this next part is super important, and they've put it in big letters. When companies talk about their future plans, like developing new drugs or expecting certain results from clinical trials, they often have to include a forward-looking statements disclaimer. This is basically a legal way of saying we're excited about the future and we have hopes for how things will go, but a lot can happen, and the actual results might be different. They're talking about their research and development programs, their clinical trials, and how they believe their treatments, like Belsar, could improve patients' lives and change how certain diseases are treated. They're also discussing their ability to develop new drug candidates, manufacture them, and get them approved. They're optimistic about the potential of their products, and they expect their cash to last into the middle of 2027. However, they really stress that these are just projections and that actual outcomes can depend on a whole bunch of things like regulatory approvals, the success of their trials, and market conditions. They're essentially managing expectations for investors, reminding everyone that the path forward isn't always smooth. And finally, under the exhibit section, they've listed the documents that are part of this filing. We have the press release about their financial results and the updated corporate presentation. They also include something called Cover Page Interactive Data File, which is essentially data in a machine readable format that helps with analysis. Now, let's talk about what this all means. While this filing doesn't contain detailed financial tables directly within the main body of the 8, the reference press release and corporate presentation are where the financial story is likely to be. The fact that they are providing these updates on the 13th of November 2025, particularly the financial results for the quarter ending the 30th of September 2025, tells us they are on a regular reporting schedule. What we can infer from the context of an 8K filing like this, especially when it includes results of operations and a corporate presentation, is management's current view of the company's performance and strategic direction. They are talking about their drug development pipeline, and for a company like Aura Biosciences, this is their core business. Their ability to execute on their research, conduct successful trials, and gain regulatory approval are the key drivers of their value. The forward-looking statements are a big signal about the inherent risks in the biotechnology and pharmaceutical industries. It is a high stakes game where a lot of promising research doesn't always translate into a marketable product. Aura Biosciences seems to be focused on oncology treatment, specifically aiming to preserve organ function, which suggests they are targeting areas with significant unmet medical needs. This can be a very lucrative, but also very challenging market. The mention of their cash runway into the first half of 2027 is a crucial piece of information for investors. It indicates how long the company believes it can operate without needing to raise additional significant funding. This is important because raising more money often involves issuing more stock, which can dilute the ownership stake of existing shareholders. Looking at the overall picture, Aura Biosciences Incorporated is operating in a complex and highly regulated industry. Their focus on innovation in oncology is commendable, but it comes with substantial risks. The success of their product candidates like Belsar will be paramount. The corporate presentation mentioned in this filing likely elaborates on their market opportunities, competitive advantages, and the timelines for their key development milestones. In my opinion, Aura Biosciences appears to be a company with a clear vision and a focus on addressing critical medical needs. Their forward-looking strategy, as outlined in their communications, suggests ambition. However, the inherent risks in drug development mean that success is far from guaranteed. Investors should pay close attention to the progress of their clinical trials and any updates on regulatory pathways. The financial health, as indicated by their cash runway, is a positive sign, suggesting they have some stability. The primary opportunities lie in the successful advancement and approval of their therapeutic candidates. The biggest risks are the usual ones in this sector: trial failures, regulatory hurdles, and competition. Alright, that is our breakdown of Aura Biosciences Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these updates and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate deep dives. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.